I trust this will suffice.
God smiles upon the generous.
Oh, away with you! Back to your cesspit, beggar! A land grotesque as its people. You dreamt of utopia. You saw the tribes united as one.
Oh.
That dream died long ago. You should have done the same. Your kingdom will perish alongside you. By my hand.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I cannot fathom it. His Majesty killed in his own bed.
The blooms upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt. Without an heir to wear the crown, what will become of the royal magic?
Thus vulnerable, an invasion might undo us.
From within or without, the state hangs on a precipice. It may even come to civil war.
In dark times, we must stand together.
Your Eminence.
Who could do this? Few could even enter the king's chambers, let alone draw close. And yet
His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any blade. With all the royal bloodline's magic, who could harm him at all?
shadows stir in the castle just as they did with the prince. What hellbound soul could end a royal life? Who would dare such atrocity? Huh?
Luis.
A shame to die with no heirs. The prince was taken too soon. And only a king may wield the royal scepter, the very crux of his vaunted bloodline's magic, which made such a fine deterrent to war. One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
Okay, roll titles. Fantastic. Do I get a start menu? I do. Okay, well, hello and welcome to Metaphor ReFantazio. That was certainly an opening. I always love an opening credits that they go rolling. This is the first time I've played the game. I have not seen anything for it. I've read a few Steam reviews before getting into it to make sure that it was something I wanted to play. And I certainly wanted to play the game. Yeah, so I'm not too sure exactly how I'm going to sorry, just making sure I get the settings sorted. So I'm not too sure, you know, if I'm going to do the whole game, if I'm going to do bits and pieces with it, or stuff like that. So, you know, we're going to go and have some fun with it. This is the first time I'm doing something live, essentially, where I play through the game and talk as I do it. The last thing that I did all the talking afterwards. I did an over, I have a voice over it. So we'll see. Apologise if there's any long bits of silence. I normally do play my games in more or less silence. I'll like mutter to myself a little bit here and there, but we'll see how we go as we get into it. Very excited. Very, very excited.
Who's there? I can feel you watching me from a place beyond my sight. Whoever you are, please tell me. Does our world pique your interest?
It does, I wouldn't be playing it.
Curiosity. But would you tell me your name? That is to say, tell me who you really are. The one who meets my eyes across a strange threshold.
Well, if it's me guiding the protagonist, you'll know the protagonist later. Okay, cool.
Ah, a most unusual name.
Thanks, it's after a
One
plane.
I've never heard in our world. Which suggests to me you might reside in a world beyond ours. It is a curious thing that in your eyes, my entire world is but the dawn of a story yet untold. Or to put it another way, this is a fantasy. But can it truly be dismissed as something so far removed from you? If indeed you wish to cross to our world for a time, I would first ask that you indulge one question. Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination? Would you call it a powerless creation?
As someone who writes and who tells stories and who creates that sort of thing, it's a very interesting question to have. A very big part of my degree was that to call it a powerless creation, I can't justify it because it has effect on people. If anybody who sees this video, it will, you know, even if you only watch the first up to this bit, it will have an effect on you subconsciously. You know, you will form an opinion of me, you'll form an opinion of the game, of everything going through, and you cannot say that then is a powerless thing because it has had an impact. So, not
More than
always.
wishful thinking, more than fiction. Something capable of affecting the realities beyond its bounds. This must be what you believe. I
Yes.
confess, my own answer still eludes me.
Which is
But
perfectly fine.
consider, if fantasy is born from hope, a desire to make the world better than it is, then that hope can be made manifest. Thus does change come, and thus is fantasy forged into a new reality. Perhaps the story about to unfold before you will tell us. I'm thoroughly invested now myself, so let this tale begin.
I will start it on easy because I prefer getting into the stories than I do the battles. That's just how I play. And if I'm going in blind, I want to be able to fully enjoy the game without it being too difficult. And then if I have a game like Baldur's Gate 3, if I want to play that again, I will then up the difficulty there and have fun with the combat systems if I've gotten the grasp to it, so I know what the story is and I want a new challenge. But because I normally play games for the story and the narrative, and that's the important bit for me, I always find that the easier difficulties are the way I enjoy to play. You do not want to watch somebody play the easy difficulties, perfectly fine. You can find somebody else and move on and come back and watch something else if you wish.
Looks like we're in the clear. The capital's just through this desert.
Is it true then? The king is dead? Aye, and the guards are more concerned with the funeral than keeping the roads safe. So now the monsters are roaming in broad daylight. No soldiers to stop them.
Monsters, huh? I've certainly been hearing the stories.
To say nothing of the vacant throne. There's a storm coming. Mark my words. That much is certain.
What's the problem?
They're bandits!
on, let's see some respect for the militia! Us folk, we're commoners. No crown or church will save us.
But Lord Luis will save us one and all. All we ask is a little tribute. You're with us or against us? And if you're against us...
An igniter? Ugh. How'd they get one of those?
Come on, hey, keep it moving. Hurry it up. Next one. Huh? Look at you. What have we got here? He's an elder. So he is. No horns, no knife. Filthy gremlin like you. What you got in the capital? Oh, what's this? Looks like you've been holding out on us, boy.
Gonna get punched.
Hold it! Should have listened to us, chum. Now fall in line! Unless you want to get stuck like us.
You drew steel. I take it you are prepared to die by it.
Stand aside!
Oh, he kicked off a cliff. Game certainly looks pretty.
This place already feels like a death trap. You hear all that stuff about Lord Luis saving us? Hey, you okay? You still got all your limbs attached? Well, at least they didn't figure out our mission. Definitely could have gone worse.
Are you alright?
Been worse. And from the sounds of it, you're about the same. You do know that if anyone finds out who we really are, it's all over, right? The mission's more important than either of our lives. If we screw this up, there's no going back. Think we'll make it?
Okay. Cool. Okay, so right trigger's dashing, B dodge enemies, cool.
Let's go.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, it's a Doom worm.
Watch out! Okay?
It's an afternoon in the waters there.
They look pretty tough. Careful now. Strong ones ahead. We gotta be careful.
One of the things I noticed is that he was hiding the fairy, so I'm not too sure if we're supposed to have a fairy, if they're rare, or if they're not, you know, they're not sort of supposed to be around. Although this is very interesting that we're not actually supposed to fight anything here. Wait, that looks even worse than the worms. We're not going to fight each other. Maybe able to squeeze any loot out of that system.
Look!
Is that the capital?
Just checking, but you do remember what we're here to do, right?
Not a clue.
Right. what am I doing again?
Oh, I don't know. The mission that's more important than our own lives?
Mentioned that before.
First, we get to the royal capital and get you enlisted as a guardsman at the army's recruitment center. This could decide the fate of the whole country. We either do our jobs or we die. And if it's all the same to you, I'd rather stay alive. So we've got to see this mission through. Come on. We don't want the sun to go down on us in the wastes. Let's pull ourselves together and get back on the road. You know what they say. Anxiety breeds the world's cruelest monsters. I mean, fairies say that at least. I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right?
Right.
Music was the first magic this world ever knew, after all. Makes the road a little easier.
Oh, fantastic. So we just have a magical soundtrack.
Look! Over there! Let's go. Got a sec?
Let's not hug the wall. What's in here? What's this?
I don't like this. They must have lost sight of us. We can relax.
Cool. I mean, it feels great. He keeps gesturing. I'm assuming he's gesturing towards his party whenever he takes it.
Not good! Run for it!
This land of 8 tribes and 3 nations, all blessed by the power of magic. The United Kingdom of Uchronia. The year is 785. Uchronia is shaken to the core by the sudden death of its king. Anxiety breeds dissent among the tribes. Disparities tear them apart, and no mortal mind remembers the heroic tales upon which their land was built. By this story of fantasy, may this faded world be painted anew.
Whoa, just look!
Whoa.
Get on with it, then! Drop the dog! Hang him dead! Please! I've done nothing wrong! Lying dog! Don't try to deny it! You trample the law for the fun of it!
Let it be known, for misuse of an igniter, you will hang by the neck until dead!
Yeah!
There's no way that crowd was going to listen to anything a Paribus said.
Such a shame. Might you spare some coin? Bless you. Oh,
careful!
Hurry!
Don't you have any street smarts? Come on, kid! Look, we're not tourists here. We've gotta stay focused.
Right.
You noticed back on the wagon? You might be the only Elder here, in the whole city even.
Is Elder being human in this world? Is what I'm wondering.
Capital's incredible. Just look at all the different tribes. You never see this kind of diversity out in the countryside. Not that it's very balanced. I see more Clamars and Roussants than anyone else. Which means a dopey Elder kid's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Try to keep your head down, okay?
Hey, did you hear what they're saying about His Majesty? They say it wasn't illness at all. I heard it was foul play, assassination.
Shh, careful who hears you say that.
But it's just like the prince, isn't it? They say he was attacked in the dead of night. A war of succession is coming, I tell you.
Sounds like monsters have been prowling the countryside. They're sending the guard out to deal with them. The army's really gone to hell. It's a far cry from when we had Count Luis at the helm, I'll tell you that much.
Hard to see how the nation can come back from this.
We'd not have to ask if the prince was still alive.
Okay, we're getting a flashback.
The king dead. His son stricken. Are there none left to bear the weight of the crown?
We've done all in our power, but not even the kingdom's best, the saint, could purify this affliction.
Over 10 years he has languished under this curse. How much longer can his body hold out? No doubt His Highness would protest. But since he cannot, we have no choice. For the man who cursed His Highness and murdered our king, there can be no mercy. I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
Okay, well, at least we know a message. Not that I know what the message is, but...
Hey, are you listening? Well, I guess I can't blame you for feeling nostalgic. You and the prince were pretty close. Anyway, getting to the capital was only the beginning. Now comes the real high-stakes part. You gotta go get enlisted, so you can meet up with our operative. Remember, nobody here knows who we are. Nobody here knows the prince might still have a claim to the throne. That means if we get busted, that's it. Nobody's gonna save us. Step 1. Let's figure out where the recruitment center is. Shouldn't be too hard, considering the need for soldiers.
Okay, cool. Let's go explore the city.
So?
Whatever will I do? Whatever will I do?
Let's go see.
Oh, we can talk to people.
Oh, come off it.
Okay, so we're seen as a bad tribe. Well, you look important.
Damn.
Simply amazing.
And what is it? So you?
Damn. An elder? Here?
Let's go see.
We're going to repeat that then. What's this?
Look at that. The new model's out now. I could be out there slinging spells like a master if I had one of those.
I guess that's the big city for you. Everyone and their mother has a magic igniter. So many different types, too.
It's a magic ink. What is it?
What's a magic?
See? There's a couple in the window. Like an instrument plays a tune, an igniter has magic. Pretty hard to come by out in the countryside. Can't imagine what it's like having to wave around some shiny stick to use magic. Me? I can whip out magic anytime I like. And I can even see the magla in the air. Though, I'm not exactly an archmage.
Wonders never cease. A fairy and an elden child. Are you new to our fair city? Well, I suggest you keep a low profile. Trust me when I say you don't want to catch the eyes of the lords and ladies. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I run this humble shop. Are you in the market for an igniter? Here's something that might catch a foreigner's eye. This is modeled after the royal scepter and would make the perfect souvenir.
That's the first question I ever asked. How much?
How much is it?
You're not really going to fall for that, are you? How would you even know what the royal scepter looks like to begin with?
You humor the lady.
You've really never heard of it. Wow. Where do I even start?
A symbol and instrument of the crown's sovereignty. Passed down through generations. If you believe the legends, it houses incredible magic. World-shattering power. More practically, you might call it the world's most potent magic igniter. And in the king's hands, it was enough of a deterrent to stave off invasion.
Now he's dead. With no living heir either.
Tragic, isn't it? Kingly magic is of little use without a king. You picked a bad time to visit, boy. I don't know why you're here, but there's trouble brewing.
I'll keep that in mind.
A word of caution, then. Your survival is your own responsibility.
Well, that was unnecessarily ominous. She has a point, though. We'll need to be careful. Anyway, we don't have time to hang around chatting with the locals. We've got a recruitment office to find.
Yeah, but I still didn't get to know how much that was. Can I purchase it? Is it something
Let's head there.
Do I have any money? I was going to give it to the beggars, so I must have some money. So, Lord Luis was the guy who murdered the king, right? Did I get that right? And he was also the head of the army or something. So now, why are they worried about him bringing it up? Has he moved on?
You are.
First swear word.
Give it a fool, I say. Who else can it be?
I've always found that sometimes it's best to say absolutely nothing than it is to actually incite sort of like anger and stuff in people.
All right.
What are you playing at?
Really now?
What are you playing at?
very much an unfortunate truth, but sometimes you do just have to grin and bear it.
You there?
Hey, sorry.
Bye-bye now.
Cool, you definitely seem interesting. I will come back if I get the chance.
Of ideas.
Beg pardon?
Oh, there!
Beg pardon?
Okay, so the king wasn't big on ceremony. Well, I mean, he was ill, right? He was like in deathbed or something. So surely that would have had an effect on it.
That's wrong, though.
Okay. I was chatting, but fine.
Excellent.
That's wrong, though.
Excellent. Elden rubbish.
Dear me!
Okay.
That must be the recruitment center. I'll let you take it from here. It should be pretty straightforward. Oh, and if they start asking questions, just be as honest as you can. Lying will only make us more suspicious. So long as you don't compromise the mission, you're fine. Good luck in there. Knock 'em dead.
Okay, let's go be a soldier.
Okay, you got this.
A blue blood, are you? The army's no place for velvet-swaddled lordlings. Why are you here? Perhaps your noble family collapsed under its own weight. Is that it?
Lineage seems a strange measure for a soldier's worth. I'm looking to enlist. Is that enough for you or not?
An uppity one, aren't you? Fine, lordling. Welcome to the Guard, where it'll be your privilege to die screaming and bloody in service of your country. But mark my words, war will turn your arrogance to piss. When your corpse is plucked from the mud, do try to look patriotic.
Rousing words, Captain. You think threats will buy loyalty? No wonder nobody respects the Guard anymore. But I'm here now, so perhaps the kingdom isn't a lost cause.
Insolent pup! You will learn your place.
Don't. The healers have enough on their plates already.
Be gone, and be thankful you're still in one piece. All right, next. Hurry it up.
Is that us? Yes. Here we go.
An elder? I thought your kind was long gone. Age 18. An orphan, too. The army can always use more of those. So, what brings you to enlist?
I always want to fight
I
for
want to
Tim.
fight for real change.
Lofty words for a gutter rat with an empty coin purse, no? So, what can you bring to our beloved corps? Any skills to speak of?
I mean, I've always been strong in our luck. I'm certainly not small. I can be quick. I'll say I've always been lucky.
I've always been pretty lucky.
I asked for your skills, boy. Right, last order of business. Make your mark or sign your name if you're actually literate.
Oh, what's your name, the protagonist? I'm the guy leading him. Oh god. Just pull a name out of your hat. I suppose it's the joy of having two first names, right? Oh, tab's confirmed for some reason. There we go. I'm Jet, he's Miles.
You know your letters, do you? We'll get some use out of you yet. All right, lad. Welcome to the Guard.
Yes!
I'm sure you heard about the monster sightings, so stay sharp out there. We're short-handed as it is, so be a good lad and try not to get killed on your first deployment. You can pick up your kit at reception. Standard issue guardsman armor and igniter. Kingdom property. So if you break it, it's coming out of your commission. On your way now. Up to. Next!
Okay, cool. Success.
Whatever. Whoa.
Okay. Well. Well, I'll take that.
Look at that.
Oi there!
What's the world coming to?
Yeah, I hate wasting the energy. Okay, cool, we can join the queue. It takes all the way up to evening. Okay.
I heard they get sightings.
What? Of those huge monsters? You think that's why we're low on soldiers? Wish they'd have told us that. What do they call them? Something like, human...
Next! Another Clamar. Wait, no. You don't look like the others. Surely not. An elder? The first of your kind I've seen.
Move it. There's a priority around here. We're arming squires and children with igniters now. Waste of good gear. It's better off in my hands. Give it here.
Brute force and crude insults. The world is yours for the taking.
Care to say that again, boy?
We all have our reasons to enlist. Now get back in line.
Oh, another high and mighty Clamar, is it? You think your pretty words will measure up to pure Rousseau strength?
Oh, forget the tribes. This is a matter of pride. Now, you owe us both an apology.
Come on, no fighting in the ranks.
Sorry for making a scene. You all right?
Thanks. You didn't have to do that.
Just felt like stepping in. Don't worry about it. Well, see you around. Try not to die out there.
He's a good nobleman.
Don't make my job any harder, please. Here, your igniter. These days, most come with their own magna crystals. So with practice, anyone can use magic. To an extent, anyway. It's not the sort of thing you can master in a day. For now, newbies like you best focus on surviving.
Cool.
And take this too. Protect it with your life.
Wow, that's a real map. It's dangerous to even chart the wilds, but this is full of details. Only the military could pull this together.
Listen up, striplings. My name is Captain Klinger. And as of this moment, you miserable lot are under my command. I'm sure you've all heard about our forces being tied up with the funeral proceedings for His Majesty. But if you think you're on cushy security detail, think again. First, you will be deployed to a fortress at the northern border, where you will be trained into true guards. Our veterans there will teach you the one thing you need to master if you're to survive. Pain.
Perfect. That's exactly where our contacts hold up.
Enjoy tonight's sleep, because it's the last full night's rest you'll get. Dismissed!
Cool. Nighttime.
Look at all the other recruits. They really are desperate for new blood. Oh, right. I know you don't know what our contact looks like yet, but he'll know you by your sword. He'll also know right away why we've come. And don't worry, I'll recognize him. Well, the charming captain is probably right. We should get some rest before tomorrow. Hey. You awake?
Oh, let's have a bit of sarcasm. Come on. I'm English.
Nope, I'm asleep. Good night.
Haha, very funny. Look, I just have a lot on my mind. Can't seem to fall asleep. I'd heard about what it was like in the capital, but still. When you hear and see all this prejudice out in the open, it's a lot. You okay?
It's a weird perspective because I've had a lot of bullying in my life, and it just it never gets any easier, but it just sort of becomes the day-to-day, and that's how you deal with it for most of the time. So I'm not really too sure which of these two options I would choose. Like, I've never had that much prejudice based on my appearance. Like, I was very tall, very young, and I got a lot of stick for that. But that's nothing. You know, everybody else sort of grew up, and then it was fine. If I'm looking back at it, I'll probably go more. It never gets easier.
It never gets easier.
Yeah, I could tell. Try to put it behind you, okay? Some people are even saying it's the lesser tribe's fault that the monsters are showing up at all. These are the same kind of people who burned down your village, remember?
If you don't think about it, you'll never overcome it. It'll just always remain a part of you and in the back of your mind, eating away at you. So I think it's
That
best
was a long time ago.
to at least
Yeah.
acknowledge it.
But still, the prince was kind to take you in. He cared more about who you were than what you were. I can see why you'd want to repay him. Oh, speaking of, he's the one who gave you that book, right? Can I see it?
Yeah, we'll let you
Sure, I
take a look at it.
I gotta say, I've been curious. Thanks. It's what you call a fantasy story, right? So it's a fantasy world made up by the author. The prince loved those kinds of stories. Okay, let's see. It says the young traveler was amazed by the world he saw. In this world, there is only one tribe. All people accept each other, and no soul is born into discrimination. Wow. So not even any fairies? I guess less differences means less to argue over.
Wouldn't be
In such a
surprised.
world, there is no need for sorcery. A megapolis is built through learning and labor. Towers of glass that reach the heavens. Safe nights with no dark shadows. Busy streets well traveled. And in the laws of these emotionally satisfied people, it reads, all lives are equal. Wow. I see. No magic, no tribal conflict, and equality for all? It really does sound like a fantasy. But it's strange to feel envious of a fictional world. Hey, are you asleep already? You know how hard it is for me to turn these pages on my own? Well, guess I'll just read more later. Good night.
Okay. Oh, late night. Yes, I'd save. For a second I thought it said recount, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna play through some cutscenes again or something? Arbor's Day.
Shouldn't you be resting? I'm fine. In fact, I'm glad we have this chance to talk. I've been reading, and I hope that someday we can make our kingdom like the place in this book. You said it was some kind of fantasy novel, didn't you? Our lives are decided at birth, by tribal purity, or by the differences that make us who we are. I don't want that to be the world we live in. The Elder here are a perfect example. If you'd not sheltered me, I would never have survived. And yet, they burned your home down. It's tragic, and no one should have to suffer so. Someone needs to fix... You okay? Don't push yourself so hard. Reality is much too cruel. I know that. But I'll fight it. I'll fight to the end. I'm a prince. But I need to be a hero. One worthy of the throne. A hero? One who can lead. A beacon who will pierce the darkness when all seems lost. My father taught me that. In his stories, the kingdom was full of legendary heroes. So I can't give up. In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. Not that I expect it will be easy. I believe in you. Familiar words. When I'm down, when I struggle, you're always there to help me through it. Let's do it. You'll be a hero. Trust me. I won't give up either. Trust me.
Okay, well, the nobleman's with us, which is good. I like him.
Until arrival at the northern border fort, one day remains.
Okay.
Let's see.
Cool. Oh. This is a big world map. Wow. Whirlpool? Looks like a finger there. Okay, I can't read the text. I haven't had that kind of... The translation isn't working properly. Frozen border, that's a beautiful grove. Cool.
Hold on.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, don't forget. Okay then.
I assume I've just selected the travel.
carriage transporting the new recruits arrives at its destination.
Cool. Idol's Day.
The northern border fort. The towering fortress was built during the Annex War in the mountains at the edge of the territory. Even now, soldiers are sent there for its strategic importance to the royal capital and to combat the rising waves of monsters. Fresh-faced soldiers disembark from their coaches at the foot of a steep ascent to the fort, the first of many uphill battles.
How is the captain going to do it? He does not look like he's got the physique to climb a mountain.
Can hardly feel my legs.
Listen well, you lackwits. The battlefield is no place to sit on your asses, and the border front is always a battlefield. The call to arms could sound at any time. Stand to, curs. You have the honor to serve at the command of Captain Klinger, war hero, tactician, master of arms. When I earned rank in the trenches, forged in the blood of my comrades.
Spare us this drivel. Say, friend, I'm curious. What is it about that book that's captivated you so?
I think that's going to be the main thing. Because like you don't possess magic, you have magical objects which do it, enchanted objects, which is fine. That's how it works. It's brilliant. But that's the main thing, surely.
It tells of a world united as one tribe.
No discrimination, eh? A far cry from our world, then. So it's describing a better world. A utopia, perhaps. I'm something of a reader myself, but that's not like any book I've read. You know, when the late king took the throne, he was quite the idealist himself. He made grand claims about unifying the people under his rule. Never managed to do it in the end, of course. Reform takes more than high-minded, eloquent speeches. Maybe he was too blind to see that himself.
Listen to you. A babe with his first sword thinking he knows better than a king. Keep your mouth shut. No one cares what you think.
Nobody asked you.
Something to say? Go on. I'm listening.
I apologize for him.
See? Take a cue from your friend in the lesser tribe. Well, Clemar, I'll let it go this time. But only because I like your friend. Next time, keep your complaining to yourself.
That's the last thing I need. Though I suppose I deserved it in part, speaking ill of the dead and all. My mouth tends to get ahead of my thoughts sometimes. Although, I'm glad a bad habit seems to have drawn us together. Oh, never got round to an introduction. I'm Stroll. Leon Stroll, son of the Count of Harlia. And you are?
I can tell you that.
That's my name.
I have that right? It's got a certain weight to it. For what it's worth, my title doesn't mean much. Here and now, we're peers and equals.
By the skin of my teeth! Now, where was I? Right, as for you, fresh meat.
Someone, help!
Is that a soldier? Hey, speak to me, man. What happened?
Listen, stay on guard. It's too...
Oh, he's unconscious.
Not one of mine. Must be one of the fort's guard. Those damn vultures across the border. They must have heard about the king's death. Anyway, to the fort. Double time. I'll stay behind to see to the poor bastard's wounds.
You want us to go on ahead? Alone? Shouldn't we at least send a team back to ask for...
I knew fear would take you at the first step. You want to turn tail? Are you a traitor to the cause? The Guard has no place for cowards. You are part of His Majesty's Royal Army. Swallow your fear. Fight with pride. And we'll all have medals this time tomorrow.
He's right.
We're warriors. Up there is our first chance at glory and riches. Damned if I'm gonna waste it. Let's go!
Damn it. Well, I suppose this is what we signed up for. Onward, to the fort then.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, I've got a bad feeling about this. It's hard to explain, but it's like there's a stench in the air, and it's getting stronger.
Hey, did something happen? Wait, is that a fairy? Did you catch it yourself?
She's with me.
Yes, and I have a name, by the way. It's Gallica.
So you travel together? You've stayed well hidden for quite a while.
Well, I didn't want anyone making a fuss. But we've got bigger problems right now. I can't shake this feeling. We gotta be careful.
Agreed. I'll follow orders, but I'm not about to let this armchair general send me to my death. Let's take a moment, then head in once we're prepared. I assume you know how to use an igniter properly?
I'm not so sure. He's never used one before. I mean, he's a commoner, so not much chance to.
Fair enough. Well, just stay behind me and you'll be all right. I swear I won't let you die.
Thanks, Stroll.
I'm with you.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, this is bad. I didn't think you'd actually have to fight anyone. I just hope our contact in the fort's okay. Let's keep our guard up and hope we find out. Okay.
Oh, we just make it.
Here we go. Actually,
I see.
I can't change the cam. Well, I can wiggle it a bit.
There it is. That's a human.
Stand your ground! Charging! Pursue! We have to help the survivors.
Oh, human, the horror.
Oh. Damn it.
Hurry! This is bad.
what?
What do you think? Huh. Got it?
Take care of it, please.
Things will...
Let's do this.
The first move's
Stay
out.
sharp.
Burn to us!
Let's keep this up.
Okay.
That'll do it.
Stroll is not on the thing, so he's not like a permanent ally.
We won't lose
We're
this
here
fight.
to stop you.
It's
not over yet.
I've got nothing to worry about. Only one left.
Burn
Finish
to
them.
us.
We're clear.
Let's hurry on. Not bad. Not bad at all.
I like it. Ian's defense. Okay, so yeah.
Looks like we're safe for now.
So I got my points in luck because if I was lucky.
Be careful.
Come on!
Quick, let's finish.
We have the edge. This could be our chance.
We make the first
Still
one.
here?
It's a weird tooth. Okay, but
The next one will fall just as easy.
We made short work of them.
Let's push through. This is our chance. This could be our chance.
We make the first
Still
move.
up? There's no way I'm stopping here.
I think that's all of them.
cool. Still nothing in the barrels there.
Nice. I bet we'll find a use for that.
Well, if it does what it says on the tin, surely. So I just have Mage Fire. That's where I came in.
Wait. Be careful.
Hey. Okay.
Come on!
They're down.
We have the edge.
Let's settle this quick.
Get in there. Finish them off.
I won't hold back. Burn!
There you go. Bit of magic.
I think I'm getting used to this.
That was the last of them.
Oh. I do definitely think I'm getting used to it.
Let's stash that somewhere safe.
Yes. Don't need to use it just yet.
Push through! This is our chance! Let's take them all! Still here? The next one will fall just as easy.
That'll do it.
Oh.
Run. No.
Damn it!
Hey. Damn it.
Hold on.
You... I get it now. What?
Up at the top of the tower.
Hurry!
Let's hurry.
I go back here. Thanks.
That should come in handy.
I will come in handy.
Quick, let's finish.
We have the edge.
And we'll win this.
Now get ready.
A tough one.
Burn to us!
That noise mean that he's weak to fire?
I think I'm getting used to this.
Broken igniter. Can I upgrade that? Maybe fix it?
Looks like we found it.
This battle's ours. Let's go.
Settle this quick.
Let's go. Fire! Still here?
Burn to us!
The next one will fall just as easy.
So I get money, I get XP, but what's mad?
I feel stronger.
What is mage?
They're out cold! This is our chance! Let's take them away!
This is our chance. One left down.
Keep it up!
We've
The
got
power of
nothing
fire!
I think I'm getting used to this.
Okay, so I'm gonna part a medicinal herb because we seem to be hitting everything in one go. So it's still gonna go into the boss fight. I'm gonna at least want to be full health. There's a dog somewhere. Down there maybe? Yeah, there he is. Old coin.
How's that? Okay, let's give it all we've got.
Okay, we're just fighting the one.
The next one will fall just as easy.
There are some enemies left. Stay sharp.
This battle's ours. This could be our time to go.
Fantastic.
There's no way I'm stopping here.
I think that's all of them.
Nice and simple.
All right,
let's give them a fight.
Let's settle this quick.
Through here.
The power! Let's wrap this up!
Not
Great
bad,
job,
if I say so myself.
Oh, it's stunned. Brilliant.
one left. Finish them off.
The next one will fall just as easy.
Alright, how's that?
This is our chance.
This battle's ours. Let's take them all go.
They chose the wrong opponent.
That was the last of them.
Okay. This is where the boss just auto heals everything. But better to be safe than sorry, and all I end up doing is hoarding items anyway. Sure.
That's true, but...
That's what I do.
I'm heading out.
Well, Stroll, you've been good tonight.
What do you think? Yep.
There we go. Free reigning disco.
Damn. Such tremendous power.
It's horrible! I can't believe what I'm seeing!
We can't let it get away with this! We have to hold it off somehow.
Harold.
Damned humans. It was all because of them.
We'll just have to make it work.
I won't hold back! Fire!
2 hull damage.
You're mine!
Okay, well, it's not doing overwhelming damage.
It didn't even flinch!
Damn it all! I'm not going down like this!
Oh, I could do that twice.
How is it this strong? I'll distract it. You two, run!
But...
Above all else, I am a noble, and a noble defends his people, no matter the cost. Farewell. If you would repay me, then live.
Forgive me.
What? No! Please, say something!
Stroll! Don't be a fool. Just run for it.
Oh, fate-saddled child. Oh, anguished traveler.
Oh, hello.
Thy fate is crown-twined, thy soul bound for the throne. The future yet unknown dawns in this moment. Thy path may fork, but only one may be chosen. Confront the threat before thee, or die here in obscurity. Now choose.
I choose.
So be it. Heroism lies in the soul that stands firm against its fears. Power awaits thy command. The time is come to awaken the hero within. Engrave thy very heart.
Oh. And nobody's making a comment on this. It looks like a cowboy mech with a sword.
What the heck is going on? Anyway, we've got to find a way to fight back!
Scour!
Alright, that did the trick! Nice dodge! Not like they could get you with that! Are you okay? If we don't push back, we're dead. Can't we fend off those attacks somehow?
Okay, cool.
Looks like it mainly attacks with the head wings and blade feet. We could target those.
Wind! Let's push through! It's okay.
We've gotta hit the
We
other
can do
slots,
this.
too.
Vitus power! Scour!
You hit their weakness.
Alright, how's that?
Do we regain health? That's cheating.
It's eating its own fruit to heal? We can't kill it fast enough. It's just gonna fix itself up no matter what we do. Ick. I can't believe it's eating from its own body. Can you knock those apples off?
Okay, let's try wind then.
Hold back! Wind! Tough one.
If we don't take out those apples, you know, maybe there's something I can do. Understood. Leave it to me. Now it can't heal itself anymore. Don't waste your chance. Get in there.
Vitus power! Scour!
Yeah, it was doing less stuff when like we gave it its arms and its wings, right?
Let's go! Wind! Still up?
It is, but one more hit will do it. Ta-da! Oh, we get an apple. Wonderful.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yes. Where do I stick it in? Stick it in, like, make that a nice even 10.
True power is born of the heart, a wish from which thy strength is drawn. Yet fear and anxiety always trail in such a wish's wake. Since time immemorial, those we call heroes have earned the title through this order. They pursued their wishes and boldly walked a path of virtue. What thou hast awakened is the true spirit of a hero. The power that lies dormant in all of us. The power to reforge the fear of the unknown into curiosity. If thou wouldst change the world by thine own hand, take this newfound power and venture forth. Thy journey shalt reveal thy soul's mission.
What was that voice? And you! What was that power you used? You had a metal heart, and your whole body was... It was crazy!
Stroll! Save him!
That Stroll guy is still alive!
Save him.
I'll be damned. Someone actually survived.
That voice... Grius! Oh, thank goodness, you're alive!
Gallica, you made it.
He's our man on the inside. The one I'm delivering the message to.
He's badly hurt. You, boy, lend me your shoulder. We'll need to carry him. The smell of blood will draw out the beasts. Let's not hang about.
The whole fort's gone, right?
The lad's out cold, but he'll live. We should be fine if we take a moment's rest here.
Oh, you're a sight for sore eyes, Grius. Just wish it were under better circumstances.
We're both alive, and you can't ask for much better in these parts. Sorry I couldn't join you in the fray. So, this is our newcomer, eh? How'd this boy manage to command power like that?
It's like nothing I've ever seen. Do you know anything about it?
I might. For now, the mission comes first.
Ah, right. I'd better just get straight to the message. Grius, you have a new mission. Avenge the king. And kill Luis Guillaburn.
Well, good. It's about damn time. Those scheming nobles haven't said so publicly, but every soldier knows it was nothing natural that killed the king. Damn that Luis. Couldn't stop at one royal, could he?
Wait, there's more. The prince is getting worse. We're running out of time. Here, look. I brought a treasure from the village. They called it a farsight mirror. You need to see the prince's condition for yourself.
His Highness won't last much longer. Those thorns are thick enough to claim him.
Luis cast the curse, so killing him is the only way to lift it. If we wait any longer, you're just gonna crown a new king.
So I know roughly who Luis is. We have to kill him.
Suppose we'd better start at the beginning.
There he
About
is.
15 years ago, a child enlisted in the army. But it wasn't his age that had people talking. It was his ruthless military genius. Hero to some, monster to others. Luis Guillaburn, a prodigal tactician and a master of Magla arts. Some said it was only a matter of time before he made general. The youngest the nations had.
Until he attacked the prince.
That night, when the prince's quarters were breached, it was no ordinary mage who cast that fatal curse. It was Luis Guillaburn himself. But the son's death wasn't enough for him. Now he's got the father's blood on his hands. And if that king-slaying fiend ends up on the throne, we're all doomed.
But when we were exploring the royal capital, there were a lot more Luis supporters than I expected. How can they still trust him after all that?
Luis is cunning. He left no evidence. Accuse him as you will, the allegations wouldn't stick. All they could do was send him as far away as possible. A post in the middle of nowhere. Plenty of soldiers never believed the charges in the first place. When they look at him, they see a capable veteran unjustly made into the noble scapegoat. Most think the Royal Army was at its best when he was in charge. And in truth, it's hard to deny. Without him, we'd never have crushed the rebel uprising so quickly. Damn the man. But he's earned his titles. He's mastered the blade, magic, and he's clearly intelligent. To the masses who want change, he seems the savior they need.
If even you're that worried about him, then this isn't going to be easy.
That's a hell of a mission. And I want in.
Hey, Stroll.
So that's your game, eh? Pretend to sleep, eavesdrop on the plan. You're a fool to give yourself away.
If you want my blood, then let your blade strike true. I'm not going to run. Not from you, and not from a chance to do what's right.
Look, Grius, he saved our lives back there. And it sounds like we could use the help. Seems like kind of a waste to kill him. Especially if he's volunteering.
Then answer me this. The boy's all but a stranger to you, yet you risk your life to save him. Why?
I would live, fight, and die a noble, sir. To have done otherwise would betray my title, to say nothing of my heart.
I'm losing my edge. Make me regret this, and I will slay you where you stand.
You'll let him help us?
Right then. My life and sword are yours.
Wouldn't
As
have
far
it
as the
any
rest
other
of the
way.
world's concerned, you perished in that castle. You'll find the job ahead will be easier for a dead man. Your lives are kept only by the blades in your hands. And you'll raise them at my command.
We have to.
Okay, what's that? 7-star mission, Death? mission difficulty.
Luis will also be at the royal funeral. If we're not back to the capital by then, we lose our chance at his head. But no main roads. That'll mean checkpoints and questions. We're bound for a different route. We'll cut through the abandoned mine up ahead to save us going the long way round. For tonight, see to your wounds. We'll leave at first light.
I'm counting on you.
Oh.
Feels like the mission is finally starting. Let's set up our camp then.
Now, we should finally be able to get some rest. This your first deployment, boy? Thank your lucky stars you survived a brush with a human.
What the hell was that? It was like no beast I've ever seen.
No one truly knows. They're protected by Magla, so even the sharpest steel does little good against them. They're no simple beast. All we do know is with every passing year, more of their kind tear travelers apart. That was why I was first sent undercover here, investigating.
And? Did you learn anything?
Simmer down, boy. There wasn't a damn thing to be found on those monsters. Well, the moon's still low. If you've any other questions, now's the time.
I want to hear about the mission.
With numbers like this, a head-on assault would be suicide. Quick, covert assassinations are best bet. Kingslayer or no, Luis has a lot of public favor behind him. To the people, he's the only man with the wit and war power to bring down humans. The military seems powerless to stop them, so he plays savior. The man's practically a monster himself. By your age, he was not only a master tactician, but damn near an archmage besides.
And the three of us alone are supposed to stop him?
We'll just have to blend in with the crowd at the funeral. I won't abide him surviving the ceremony. He will die by my hand.
Cool. Right. I'm going to save it that. Oh, fantastic. Because I'll need to be moving on very shortly. So, thank you very much for watching episode 1. I don't know if I'm going to stick an end title on where I do a proper sort of outro or whatnot, but Jet from the future here. Ooh. I do want to have an actual outro to this video because as I watch through it, there's not a lot. I don't give a lot of my thoughts on the first episode throughout playing it. I'm sort of just enamored in the screen and what's going on and trying to pick up as much as I can. But the first thing I would like to say before we get into that is 2 new things: new headset, a new camera. I originally filmed the first episode on my GoPro, which I did the walks on. And the way it was set up, it does heat up a fair bit, and unfortunately, whilst I'm recording something else, the SSD card inside its memory card overheated, so it's not a reliable method of recording this sort of thing. So we've got a brand new webcam. Hopefully it's decent quality. It's an auto-focusing one, so it is going to zoom in and out a little bit like that. Hopefully that's not going to be too bad, otherwise I might have to look for other alternatives. But for now, this is what it is. I have had to rearrange the setup a little bit because of the different angle of the camera. So hopefully going forward this is going to be how it's going to look. And the headset, I just didn't like the green. Honestly, it worked. It's a really great headset. It worked really well for me over the years playing with friends on Xbox, on the PC and stuff. But now it's recording it. I just didn't like the way it looked. I think this looks a bit better. It's a bit more. It's a lot less conspicuous and streamlined. So going on to the game then. What a beautiful setting it is to have. Obviously, we've travelled into a desert wasteland, and in this desert wasteland is this walled city with so much abundance in it. And hopefully we'll get an idea as to why that is, how they raided the resources from the local area to build the city, and then it's just this monster-infested wasteland. and how does the city function? You know, how does this capital city contain its abundance of water, of nature, of, you know, because there's loads of green trees and greenery in it. How does that function? Is it magical? Is it underground sewer systems and blah blah blah? How does that work? Because that's really fascinating to me as somebody building worlds and as a writer themselves. And then the setting of the different species in this kingdom, learning how they interact, and our character himself being, you know, this race which nobody likes. Why does nobody like this race? Why are we this race? Why isn't it just some ambient lore and we go and we help them out, which a lot of games will do, but we are playing as the discriminated race of this world. Is that going to have an impact on our character's progression? Is that going to have an impact on our role in the party? And how do we overcome it? Because it's never an easy thing to overcome that level of discrimination, especially when it's aimed at a specific part of you know, of you. It's not you as a person, it is you as an entire race. It's not, you know, it's not something which you can overcome with personal actions and get through it that way. It's an entire, you know, you can't change your race, you cannot change who you are in that sense. So getting over that is going to be really interesting thing. And then moving from the setting onto the characters, I mean, Louis as a villain. Luis? We'll go with Luis, so I don't butcher the French pronunciation of the name. Luis. We know he kills the king. We know he's done this with the prince. He's gotten wrapped up in thorns and stuff. But it'd be very easy for him to have been this evil emperor. But the public love him, the military love him, which is a big deal. That's how, you know, throughout history, tyrants will get toppled if they lose control of the military, and the military loves him. But it's not all smoke and mirrors in that sense. By what the characters are saying, it very much seems like they love him for good merit, which just sort of elevates him as, okay, this guy actually means business. He's not just some puffed up figurehead for somebody else. This guy is the main event. He is the main course. This is what we are going to have to deal with. How are we going to deal with this guy? Because we can't just we can't just utilize the public's desire to see him toppled. We have to either create that or go against the public's opinion, because the public love him, which is just this really cool way of creating a villain. You know, is it going to be us which do it, or is he going to go a step too far and the public turn on him? How's that going to work? How's that going to play out? And then you have, you know, I am so glad Stroll survived, because I love that kind of character. I love that sort of goody two shoes noble. I am a noble, but I understand that, and my job is to help people who don't have this much privilege, who haven't been born this way, who haven't got everything. And I am doing it out of the goodness of my own heart. And I'm going to say that my station is I'm going to justify it for using my station. But in that final fight with the boss in episode 1, I was just sat there thinking, oh no, he's gone. He's been used as a character for you to get attached to and killed off quickly for an emotional pull to get you into the emotions of the story, which can work really well. And probably would have got me really emotionally invested in, in an element of, okay, I'm now going to do this journey to avenge Stroll. And the promise that his character had to me. But no, he's alive. He's all right for now, and hopefully he will continue, because you see that kind of character played out two different ways, right? Either he is the goody two shoes paladin, and he never has his morals challenged. He never buckles. It's just constantly, I am here to help the poor. I am here to help everybody. That is who I am. Or you get the other way, where something horrible happens and his morals are compromised, and then you have to either fall with him and let him fall, or you pick him back up and you say, okay, this horrible thing has happened, but it's still good to do good, if that makes sense. And either way works really well for the character. I've seen it played brilliantly both different ways. And just to see what happens with that in a party-based game, because that will have that's a real good melting pot for other characters to play off of either way. And it's the same with Grius. I think Grius, the old mercenary we've picked up, because he seems very suspicious and very secretive of of this really important mission that you are on, which is perfectly understandable. And if that's the case, because it's a party-based game, we're going to have more party members brought in. How is that going to play into his character? Is that going to create conflicts? Is that going to have major issues or repercussions? And I'm glad that we are getting time to get to know him now. Because he seems to know a lot, so he can get a lot of this. So he might be able to answer a lot of the questions that I have and that the players have playing this game. But also that we get to know his character before there's multiple other characters for him to be suspicious of, which we may really like as players, so that it's not just like, oh, this grumpy old man's come in and he's telling Stroll that he doesn't deserve to be here and that we shouldn't tell him anything and blah 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 blah. I mean, he kind of did, but it's early on and it's establishing that's who his character is. So I'm not overly offended that he immediately tried to kick Stroll out. I mean, you kind of wouldn't trust anybody with this kind of information anyway, without any reason. But it's different when you've got an established cast, when the party's together and a guy comes in and he's like, right, none of you should know any of this. You all need to leave and you all need to forget this ever happened. And you're like, dude, no, that's my healer. We can't lose the healer of the party. It's that sort of thing. So I'm glad that he's here and he's doing his bit now, and we can get to know him so that we can kind of go, all right, old man, I appreciate that that's your character, but we need a healer. So I think I'm going to take her, rather than it being like, who is this guy and why is he screaming at you have that prior connection to him. Yeah, and so I'm very excited to see how this boat goes on, how this plays out. And I'm about to record episode 2, fingers crossed. So, I hope you have a wonderful whenever you have viewed this video. I have been Jet, and you may certainly call me Jay, and I will see you in the next one. Love to all. Bye-bye.